Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is Women in Business. This particular episode, we are welcoming back a guest who has been on our other shows, and we're always excited to have people come back and visit us again. We're going to be talking with Dr. Teresa Cody about vampire facials and various aspects of running your own business. Let's welcome her to the program. Hello.
Hello. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Thanks for coming back to join us. I really appreciate that.
Oh, it's so fun. Love it.
I know that you are doing things to change the way help people change the way they feel about themselves. Tell us what you do at CNC Wellness and how you are cutting edge with some of the procedures and treatments that you offer there.
Well, we are having a blast. First, you mentioned the vampire facial, and that is using your own healing factors in your plasma that we put back in your skin and heal up. You know, we've all spent a little too much time in the sun and have deep wounds, but we have introduced a new procedure on top of that, which is radio frequency heat energy, which we can melt fat and tighten skin. That's super exciting. You know, none of us really like our jowls. So it's a intermediate. You're not having to go under the knife of surgery, but you do have to be numb for the procedure. But it's an in-office procedure. So
anytime I hear in office, I'm smiling because that sounds like something that's definitely doable.
Well, it's doable, and there isn't a lot of downtime depending on how well you heal. But we also use that platelet-rich plasma along with it to help you heal up more quickly.
When people come to see you, what is their main reason? Do they want to look younger? They want to feel better? What do you usually hear?
Well, you know, it's not so much I want to look younger. It's more I want to look good for my age. I'm tired of looking tired. And I don't feel tired, but I look tired. That's what I hear the most. They're a little nervous watching Hollywood. Hollywood kind of takes really good procedures and kind of ruins them. You see some of those stars, they have the most money and they get the worst outcomes. So my tribe is more, I just want to look like myself, but I want to look better.
I love that. And I also appreciate what you shared about Hollywood, especially social media. We see a lot of things there that kind of stand out, and the stars are always marketing themselves. And we also hear a lot from especially women in Hollywood about ageism and how because they don't look a certain age, they're not getting parts.
Yes. And that's their problem. They're not accepting age. I think my patients accept their age, feel good, and want to look just like they feel. And they want to look rested and their skin pretty. And get rid of the gray and the sallow that comes with age. So we've been having a lot of fun with this. This has been unbelievable. You can melt this little fat pad right here.
So tell us how you actually do that, melting.
The Dr. On in South Korea, he developed this extraordinary equipment, and it's a needle, and it's about 5 millimeters, but it has it has radio frequency heat energy, but the needle is has a coating, so the frequency ends up like a tear shaped. So you're melting the fat at the right level and not hurting the skin at all. So
and I know we're going to get into how you got into business and talk more about the details of that. But just to close this out, is that something that can be done for fat in other parts of the body?
Not yet. I'm waiting for a bigger needle. That is the first question I get all the time. Actually, he developed the technology to cure acne. That's really what he was doing. His son's friend had been really hurt with Accutane, and that's a tough drug. It does get rid of acne, but does some damage. So what he developed this for was going into the sebaceous gland and removing it, because the acne comes back in the same sebaceous glands, and you have thousands of them. So if you get rid of a few, you're okay. So and then they just discovered, it tightens skin, and they have less fine wrinkles, and and look, the jowl is smaller. So that's how this, so I know he's got to work on tummy fat. That's what we need next.
You read my mind. So, doctor, how did you get involved in this particular area of work as an entrepreneur?
Well, I am always looking for new procedures to help us, because I don't want to go have a facelift. I want to do things in the office, just like you said. Oh, that sounds really better. Yes. If you need a facelift, I had a patient last week, and, I told her, if you really want results, you have to get a facelift. It's structurally, sometimes it won't work, but for 90%, it works. So I'm always trying to bring procedures. I have the wellness center, and I also have a dental office. I'm a dentist, and there's a lot of people who do not like to go to the dentist. I know you do, but
that's right. You have a memory. I just went. I was super excited.
I have a few patients like you, but then others have PTSD from their childhood dentist. So they were some cruel people. So I'm always looking for procedures that can enhance, that people want to do, that they don't have to do. And I had a salesman who he sold dental implants, but he kept pushing me to look at this, because we do some extensive reconstruction in our office, where they're called all on four, not quite accurate anymore. So you put in, it's somebody who's losing all their teeth. So you put implants and you hook a denture to the implants so that it's much more stable, and it really works so much better. Well, they need facial work as well, because when you lose your teeth, you lose all this vertical dimension. So his thought was it would coincide with that very well, because we're talking about, those are large dental procedures. But most of the people I've had since I got it have all their teeth and just want their faces to look better.
In the work that you're in, it must bring such joy to know that not only are you having fun with what you're doing, but you're helping people feel better and feel good about how they look.
Yeah, no, that's so fun. Well, I guess if everybody was like you and loved the dentist, then it would be really fun. But people don't really want to get dental work done. They just have to. That's this they want done. So that's a whole nother attitude.
Absolutely. And when you first started out and you expand your practice, what are some of the challenges or some of the opportunities that you incurred?
Well, my husband is a dentist as well. So we manage together, and we are early adopters on that business scale. So we have made some big mistakes. And we've also had payouts. So, you have to weigh what you think is going to really benefit people. And then if it benefits them, they're going to want it. Right. And, that's the tough part of running a business, trying to figure that stuff out. Luckily, there's two of us. And I think that makes my stress much less. Like I stayed home today because I was doing this. I got so much more work done. Don't you find that? If you can just stay out of the office, you can get all your stuff done.
Absolutely. And coincidentally, I just took my mother to have a root canal. And
Oh,
yeah, that was pleasant. But the one thing I noticed was that this doctor actually had this incredible state of the art equipment that I had never seen in a typical dental office. How much does technology and the changes in technology advances impact what you're doing?
oh, it impacts it a lot. And that's why I'm saying sometimes we were the early adopters that, we bought technology before it was ready. But then you don't want to be too late because you really would like to deliver the best that you can get. The best that has changed in dentistry in my career is 3D x-rays. You can see so much where x-rays were really very blurry. It was differentiating between different grays, and that's not easy. And that has opened up a whole new world. So when do you buy it? When do you not? Yeah, those are business decisions that we've profited from, and we've made some really, pretty good mistakes. We're still here, but
Doctor, when you think about growing a business, I know for me as well, I have two businesses. At some point, you add on employees and then more employees. And with the work that you're doing, I know myself, I typically want to go to a doctor to get injections as opposed to going to the nurse or someone who's recently been trained. So, how do you make those decisions about taking something that you have serious expertise in and then sort of passing the baton to the next person?
well, uh, the back helps a lot. Do dentistry for 30 years and you're going to find out that younger backs are needed. I do yoga to try to combat it, but I have a training. I'm training younger dentists to do just this so that they can become the experts. And I have 3 associates right now and my husband. And, it's just a balancing act of when they're eager and young, it's just so fun to train them. I know that everybody's having problems with employees. Have not had that problem with dentists and hygienists. The support staff has been where we've, really worked hard to try to keep people. And then there was, let's see, was that 21, 22, 21, I think. I have a staff of about 20 people. I lost 8 people in one quarter, the third quarter. And I was like, oh my gosh. But you know what? It all works out. The new people have been fantastic and maybe a little more mature. And so I've been appreciating that.
Thanks for sharing that. And so it sounds like for 30 years, you're literally breaking your back. You're doing back-breaking work, and you're happy to be able to pass the baton and train other people. So not only can you grow your business, and also, let's face it, more people can get in as opposed to just waiting for you. They can actually get into your practice quicker.
I mean, I'm saying breaking my back. I'm very lucky. I don't have headaches. I don't have backaches, but it is dentistry. But, working on the computer every day, if you don't get it ergonomically correct, you're hurting your back. So it's not by itself in its profession, but it is a very grueling kind of profession. You're in a little space. You cross a line that most people don't like. And it's very precise. So if you're not precise, it doesn't work. So, you can't really cheap out on your dentistry.
Dr.
I'm
Cody,
glad you took your mother somewhere really good.
You bring up a really good point that I feel, myself included, as business owners, entrepreneurs, we are the brand, we are the face of the business. To truly grow and be able to provide more value to more people, we have to bring other people on, or we have to sub out the work or contract the work out, or not in your case, obviously. But how and when did you make that decision? The first person that you decided to bring in, that maybe you and your husband had a chat and said, okay, it's time to do something. And how did you let go of that control?
Well, I haven't really let go of all the control because my husband and I run it. We don't have a corporation above us, right? That's where a lot of dentists have gone, sold to corporate. But I'll tell you, the dentists in the U.S. are highly trained. When they come out of dental school, they are ready for to work. They are ready to proceed and learn more procedures, but they have been trained. So in dentistry, unlike MDs, you cannot come in and take a test and become a dentist. They make you go to dental school from any other country. So that keeps, even though there's a dentist in every shopping center, but they are well trained. So I feel really good about when I hire a new dentist, they're ready to do quality work. And then we make sure that they are quality people that want to do quality work, right? We have an onboarding process, and we have meetings and calibrate all the time on what we expect. And I'm telling you, because I know that's women in business, but it really helps to have my husband, because I don't have to make decisions by myself. We can bounce them off each other. That really helps come to some really good decisions.
Absolutely. I can imagine it does. And you mentioned about losing a number of people. What does it take in terms of employee retention when you mentioned there are so many dental offices and practices in the States? How do you retain people?
We do have like all the normal benefits, health and all of that stuff. It's really creating the right work space, because who wants to go to work every day and it's miserable? I don't. So it's really an attitude, and I think that's what has helped people stay. The outflux was the first time we'd ever had that in 30 years. And it kind of, one person left, the next person followed, the next person followed them, then they followed. They all went to the same place. So funny. It's okay. So, I'm hoping that's kind of a fluke.
And Dr. Cody, when you think about this exit that these people made to go somewhere else, what do you think was the draw that the other organization had?
I think it just is, the grass is always greener until you get there.
Right. Then you're like,
and then it's the same amount of green. Because, I don't know, humans, we complain about where we are. And then if you got somewhere new, you'd complain about that. So I really think that the grass looked greener until it's still the same. It's work. You're not going on vacation.
Absolutely.
You're going to work.
And, in the industry that you're in, especially during a public health crisis, you have to take so many measures and steps, and people can get, whether it's the people there in the practice or the patients who are coming in, people get so in their head, they get kind of crazy. How did you make it through that time?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, we did have an associate that had been with us for 15 years, and she had to leave. The amount of fear through COVID that manifested really didn't jive with us. And, that just wasn't going to work. I can't have complete fear coming into the office. But that was a crazy time. And there's still crazy people. We got a complaint the other day that my husband was pulling his mask down. And, I was like, lady, that ain't even going to help you. Sorry. But, so that was just, we were holding on by the skin of our teeth. We were just holding on, because Abbott, I'm in Texas, and Abbott did shut us down for 6 weeks. Although my husband went to the office every day because there was a toothache every day. So, he ended up going in every day anyway.
It sounds like it was really about bringing value to your patients and still being there so that they knew that they could count on you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It was just a very odd, scary time. Never seen it before. Don't want to see it again.
As time continues and goes on, what is your plan for the future in terms of growing your practice?
Well, I am developing the associates I was talking about. They have started to specialize into areas. One is absolutely the most talented I have ever seen. Reconstruction, doing veneers, and his work is incredible. And so we're building that part of our business out. And my other associate, he has developed expertise on that whole reconstruction that I mentioned, the all-on-4. That means 4 implants for 1 denture. And sometimes it's not 4. Sometimes it's 6. Sometimes it's 8. That's what just got started in the industry 20 years ago. So hopefully he can help a lot of people with that. And then I have a young dentist who I'm mentoring, and she's wonderful. And she's eager, and she's learning all these cosmetic treatments, and also starting her pathway into orthodontics, braces.
That is really exciting. Congratulations.
Yeah.
We talk a lot on this platform about lifestyle, and I was really surprised to learn from several people, and I looked it up myself to confirm, that 96% of how healthy we are resides in our lifestyle, not in our genetics. And I wonder, what are your thoughts when it comes to our teeth? Is it that we got great genes from our parents, and so we have good, healthy, strong teeth? Or is it that we are slugging down soda, chewing gum, smoking cigarettes, and our teeth don't look so good? What are your thoughts?
Well, it's a combination of both, because I've seen kids from one family, and one kid, always brushes his teeth, does everything, and he has all the cavities, and his brother is over there eating junk and drinking Cokes and never has a problem. The problem with the lifestyle is that it may not catch you when you're a teenager, but if you keep it up, you'll get caught down the road, because you can take teeth out. It's really by a couple of things. It's really acid is what it is. So those sodas all have really strong acids in them. So between the sugar and the acid, you're pretty much a dentist dream. I had a parent tell me, I don't think I can come to you anymore. And I said, why? And he said, you told my teenager to drink Cokes. And I said, and did he? And he goes, no. And I said, right, because you can't tell a teenager not to drink Cokes. I told him, go drink Cokes. I need some work next time.
Yeah, people usually will do the opposite of what we tell them. So.
Well, especially at 14, they're not listening.
Exactly.
So it is a combination, but you push it too long, it'll catch up with you. There are no teeth that can, win against a bad lifestyle.
There's no magic wand, I guess.
Mm-mm.
Dr. Cody, I would love for you to share with our audience about the services that you offer in addition to the dental work, so that people can realize it. And I said this to you before, I think it would be great if you come in and get your teeth done. You're getting a massage, you're getting a pedicure, you're getting Botox, like all of it at the same time. So I don't think it's quite to that level, but you certainly are taking us to a new level. So tell us about it.
Well, that would be so efficient. Yes. Well, we do offer Botox, both for aesthetics and for headaches, because it really helps to combat, stress headaches. We also use dermal filler to improve lots of things, and like cheeks. And I have a patient coming in. This is an interesting one. Like right here in the temple. Not me, because I don't have a thin face like that. But you know how faces are thin? And if you look skeletonally, it really makes you look older. Just a little dermal filler right there really, really helps. There's some odd places to use it that really help. The other place that's so funny is the earlobe. The earlobe gets like deflated. And a lot of women have me put dermal filler in there so they can wear their earrings again. Isn't that interesting?
I want to say something about that. It is true. I have this ear here, where I guess from being on the phone for so many years that it looks like the whole of my earring is going to rip. And so it does change your whole ear.
Yeah.
As you get older. It's one of those things you're like, what? Nobody told me about that.
My earlobe, really? And then we also have vitamin infusions where basically we're doing a Myers cocktail, which is a lot of B vitamins, vitamin C, calcium, magnesium. It really pumps you back up. A lot of people do not absorb their B vitamins very well in their from their food. And when they start taking it IV, they feel much, much better. So we have that service as well. So you could get that, get your teeth clean, get some Botox. I can fill your earlobe. You'll be great. Good to go.
Now, have you ever thought, because we had a client on another show, and she wasn't a dentist, but she actually took her practice to your home. So she has a mobile unit. Have you ever thought of doing that?
We looked into that. Yeah.
Can you come on down to Florida?
Yeah. I know. We did. I think it was probably 10 years ago. We seriously looked into that. And because, there's a lot of nursing homes and different populations that really don't have a chance to go to the dentist. We didn't pull the trigger on that one. One thing we didn't do.
That brings up a good point. So when you have to make decisions like that, what are some of the parameters or the guidelines that you actually go by so you can say yay or nay to making a big decision?
Okay, you've probably heard of this. It's called the Benjamin Franklin.
Close, yes.
You make a line down the middle of the page and you put all the pros on one side and all the cons on the other. It's a simple but effective way to, look at things side by side. And we literally use a Benjamin Franklin a lot.
So it just comes down to the numbers, basically.
Yeah.
More on one side, but then on the other. Yeah.
And then you let some emotional thing go and you're like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that's another great point, because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we get very emotional, very attached to doing something, whether it's for the best or it's not.
Yes.
And are you really good at separating your emotion from making decisions?
No.
Nobody
is really. That's why I try to write it down on paper, because I'm like, oh gosh. Yeah, no. And we're, luckily there's really two of us that can work through it and go, yeah, no, this is not a good idea. Even though it seems like such a good idea. We did do something crazy. We're doing it right now. So do you remember when money was really cheap about 2 years ago? And they were giving it away. And my husband and I were like, I want to borrow some money. It's so cheap. I got to borrow some money. That's not the right way to go about it. But we were talking about, well, what could we do? What business could we do? And we're being so silly. And we talked about, you probably never heard of this, an ice house. Have you ever heard of this?
Yes, I have actually.
Well, they're bars. But here in Texas, they're bars that they didn't have air conditioning. So I guess they just had ice and they're open. But it's hot here, so it's kind of anyway. And we went, no, we don't know anything about that. So we had office space next to our. We built 2 extra offices when we built our dental office. So we are adding 11 more dental operatories to our facility right now. I guess we did borrow money, but we used it in the dental office.
That's fantastic.
We didn't build an ice house. Although it sounded fun. No.
So how many patients can you accommodate at one time?
I didn't need 11 more rooms, but while I was building, so we will have 25 operatories. So we're probably one of the biggest in our area, but I am out of room for hygiene patients. I don't have a lot of room for them. When you come in for your cleaning and your checkup, well, most people in dentistry come through the hygiene department. So their first visit will be with hygiene, unless it's an emergency, and then you see the doctor. So I am out of hygiene rooms. I can't accommodate very well. And, if it's 4 to 6 weeks before you can make an appointment, that people are going to move on. So that's our next, actually, they're about to start painting. So we're getting close.
Congratulations. That's a big office, a big practice you have there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we originally bought the land, it was 2010. And if your audience remembers, 2008 was the collapse.
Mm-hmm.
By 2010, no land in it. My office is in Sugar Land, which is right outside of Houston. And no land had sold in Sugar Land for a year. So they opened up this Cloverleaf, and we bought, it's on the freeway. And I told my husband, okay, if it all falls apart, because it really did not look very good. It looked like it was going to fall apart, the economy. And I said, if it falls apart, we're just going to fall apart with bigger debt. That's all. Because if I'm going down, everyone's going down. So that's when we built. So we had been 1.5 miles down the road in a medical building. So a freestanding building is better. And we built 19 chairs. So, because I had 9 where I was, so I wasn't going to build the same amount. If I was going to build, I'm going to build bigger. So now we're going to be even bigger.
And are there some services that you don't currently offer that you are you don't have to say what they are, but that you are contemplating including as you grow your practice?
Yes, that's our main goal. This was my husband and our main goal was to provide all dental services in one spot. What people really don't like to do is go to another place, right? I really wanted to try to cover almost 100% of what people need. So when I look at an associate, that's one of the things I'm looking for. I want them to fill a niche that I need, so that my patients don't have to go anywhere else. They can get, it's probably 98%, maybe 95%. They sometimes have to go, but I have a oral surgeon that comes in and does third molars. So I've tried to make it so easy and nice, really for mothers, because, we're the ones that take care of all the medical in a family. So I'm really tried to make it easy for them.
I'm actually smiling because you hit the nail on the head. I told you I had to take my mother first to the dentist, then to the root canal, then back to the root canal, and now back to the dentist. So 4 times I have to take off of work to do this procedure. And I thought to myself, why isn't everything in-house? It would be so nice. So you are ahead of the curve.
Well, I am a mom and I know how that works. And I was like, yeah, we've got to make it easy, because we're the ones that, yeah, I took my dad to the doctor and you take your mom. That's part of our role. And it's fine, but I really thought about how to make it easy and the best for the caretakers, which is usually the mom. Just, that's our role. It's a good role.
Now we're coming to the end of the show, and I have to ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot. You look so young and rested and just full of life. Can you share with us what are your secrets that you've been doing?
Well, I would not give up the platelet-rich plasma. That we have a program, and we actually put 4 injections every 8 weeks. But I did have the Agnes, which is the radio frequency, done about 4 weeks ago. And I had this area melted. And look, now I'm starting, it was coming down below my jaw. Now it's coming here. I think the last time I was on your show, like my camera was horrible. And the entire time I'm seeing myself and I'm like, oh, I've got to get rid of those jowls.
You look great. So for people who are also wondering, because I think that this is an area that can be confusing, how long do the procedures last? And I'll give you an example. When I first started getting Botox, which was when I was 26 and I just turned 60, I didn't get it during the pandemic, but I was told, oh, it's going to last for a year. Then it's 6 months. Then it's like, we'll see you next week. So how long do all these procedures, the results actually last?
Well, Botox is the shortest. That's 3 to 4 months. And people go, well, I haven't had it for 6. And I'm looking at them. Yeah, I know. It's gone, I can tell you. And they came out with a new Botox, but I read the study and only 2 of the participants out of 30, they said lasted 6 months. So it doesn't last. But the radiofrequency procedures where melting the fat pad, and like we can melt fat here. When people have a neck that goes from here to here,
yeah,
that's terrific. That responds very well. And that's kind of permanent if you don't gain weight. I mean, it's up to you. If you gain a lot of weight, it's going to come back. But it also really tacks the skin up. So that's what we want. I want to go up and back. I'm going down and forward. I call it my hot glue gun because I can just glue you back up.
And does it hurt?
You have to be numb. Yes,
you have to be numb. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's heat. It's a needle and heat, so it's real. But yeah, you got to be numb. But I use also laughing gas. That helps. Makes you not care as much.
Right. And then when you're finished laughing, you look great.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I know, like my hairdresser. Do you guys do this every morning? No. No.
Oh my goodness. Dr. Cody, I'm having so much fun with you, but we have another show right after this. You do have a free consultation. Tell us about that.
Yes. Well, I want you to come in so we can discuss all the possibilities. I'll tell you honestly what I think. If you need a facelift, I'll tell you. But that's why people come to me. I'm honest with them. And I'll tell you, and then you decide what you want to do. With that information, then you'll know what the possibilities are. If you have eye bags, we can melt those. It just depends on where your problem area is. I did some eye bags a few weeks ago. She's sending me pictures and she texts me, okay, now I hate my neck.
Isn't that always the way? We get one thing done and then we're like, I was thinking to myself, I hate these lines. It's almost like we're a project, Yeah.
Well, I just tell women, it's just maintenance.
Yes.
I change the oil on my truck and I don't even like the truck.
Right.
But we don't do maintenance on ourselves. And that's what we need. We need maintenance, just like the truck. If you want to feel like you look better, you've got to do some things along the way.
It's very true. I've had men tell me most of my life that I'm high maintenance. I'm wearing that proudly. I'm going to get a t-shirt. I am high maintenance and that's okay.
You better believe it.
Dr. Cody, how do people get in touch with you and who would you like to contact you?
Anyone who wants a consult, my number's right there, 832-434-0855. Just give me a call. That's my cell phone. And if I need to redirect you to the dental office, I will. But just give me a call or email me at drcody@cncwellness.com. That's C, the letter C, the word NC. See, because my husband and I couldn't decide on a name for a practice early on. So our name was Cashin and Cody because I kept my maiden name. So when we built the building, I was like, I can't put that big long name, all our names on the building. So that's when it went to CNC.
That's great. It's easy to remember. And you also do have a Facebook page because I was over there the other day, so people can follow you there. You do some videos there as well.
Right. And there's Instagram, and there's, that's it. Facebook and Instagram is basically it. So yeah, just contact me, but call me directly. I answer the phone.
Imagine that. Give her a call, 832-434-0855. It has been.
I just don't want to hire anybody else for CNC wellness.
She's not hiring. Just call if you want a consultation or service. So
right.
It's been a pleasure having you back, and I hope that you'll come back and see us again on this or any of our other shows.
Well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. It was really fun.
Thank you. It was fun. And continued best wishes to you and your husband.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.
And please do reach out to Dr. Cody. That's why she's here. I say this to people all the time. People are giving their time to provide education, inspiration, entertainment. Please do reach out to her. Her contact information, if you missed it, is right here in the notes. We will be replaying this show about 5 more times in the next couple of days. You can also find it on our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV and Radio. If you'd like to be a guest on any of our shows, guess what? It's simple. Go to our website, which is usaglobaltv&radio.com. Book your session. We're coming right back with our next show, which is A Woman's Prerogative. We'll see you then. Thanks again. Bye, everyone.